Okay.
Roll down Tide.
What's going on, everybody? Late night on a Thursday, January 4th, 2024, new year. And that means it's time for some new stuff at Ballard Sports Media. Kind of some old stuff. I know we've talked about it before, but let's get back into basketball for a minute and want to look at Alabama. Let's just start there. I don't want to dive into too much tonight. But Alabama struggles with ranked teams this year, but the win streak could possibly be building mid-season. This is a young team. They had Brandon Miller last year. They've had guys like Quinterly last year, John Petty in the past. This year they got Mark Sears back. They have new guys in Aaron Estrada, who's a guard. Grant Nelson is a JUCO transfer or something. He's a transfer, I know. He's new to the team, right? He leads the team in rebounds at 5.7. He leads in blocks at 1.2 on the year. Aaron Estrada is 4.1 in assists. He's 1.6 on steals. In scoring, Mark Sears leads the per game points at 19.3, right? So, and we'll dive into the schedule and everything too. So, what's up, Goose Sports? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So we'll talk some basketball tonight. I'm not going to drop the link, but I did want to run down at least for Alabama today. And you look at the top 25 and everything too. Pretty much it's your usual top 25 teams. You got Purdue at the top, Kansas, Houston, and UConn in the top four. Uh, just outside the top 10, you'll see teams like Oklahoma, who's 12-1, BYU's 12-1, Colorado State 12-1. You'll see those teams just outside the top 10, and Alabama has received a couple votes, but they are not in the top 25. Congrats to Auburn, though, being at 25, moving up into the top 25 this past week. So that's pretty cool to see. You got teams like Texas, 10-2. James Madison is 13-0. Kind of funny seeing that considering what they did in football this year. I think is pretty cool. Clemson is on a roll at 11-1, and so on and so forth. Ghost of Rubber Nose, good to see you in the comments tonight. But want to talk about the Tide. They struggle with ranked teams, but the win streak could possibly be building here mid-season. We're a couple months away from March Madness, and that'll get underway before we know it. And Alabama is fixing to start SEC play. In fact, that's their next big thing coming up on Saturday. Now, I have scheduled a live stream to go live for the Vanderbilt game. It's at Vanderbilt. It's a 2:30 tip Central Time on the SEC network. Then they play South Carolina on the 9th, Mississippi State on the 13th, Missouri is at home on the 16th, at Tennessee on the 20th. Then they play Auburn at home on the 24th. And I could go down the schedule: LSU, Georgia, Mississippi State, Auburn again, LSU again, A&M, Florida, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee again, at Florida. And then they finish with Arkansas on March 9th. And once they do that, then it will be time for the SEC tournament. Again, it will get here before we know it. March Madness is around the corner. Mid-season, I think Alabama could build a win streak. I'm not saying they're going to win out. I doubt that. But teams like Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Mississippi State, they've won 2 straight. Can they win those next 3 to begin conference play and find some momentum? When you look at the standings in the SEC, let me get this. I didn't think to pull that part up, but scroll down here. to the SEC, nobody's played conference play yet. Vanderbilt's at the very bottom. They're 5-8 on the year. South Carolina's 12-1, which is pretty good. Tennessee is third to last. A&M is second to last. Really, the only below 500 team in the SEC, which is pretty good for the league, is Vanderbilt, and they're at a .38 win percentage. They've won their last game. They're 0-1 against ranked teams, which isn't bad, but Vanderbilt's just not really that good of a team this year. I'm not here to diss, but I mean that's just kind of the reality. But outside of that, I mean even A&M is 9-4 overall with a win streak of 2. Tennessee's 10-3. South Carolina's 12-1. Ole Miss is undefeated. Won all 13 games so far, ranked 22. Holy cow. This is great. This is great. SEC building up. Get back to Alabama for a second, though. They're struggling with the ranked teams, but they could build a win streak. Am I nervous? Heck yeah, I'm nervous. And what do I mean they struggled with ranked teams? Well, they played 3 straight ranked opponents, and they lost. Some of them were close. Really, all of them were kinda close within a certain margin of victory. I mean, you had a 13-point loss to Arizona on December 20th. You had a 3-point loss to Creighton. You had a do the math, 6-point loss to Purdue. They just let the bigger boys and the bigger guys pull away from them. That's not gonna fly. It's really not gonna fly. You play Vanderbilt on Saturday, they're probably gonna get the win. But when you play Auburn and Tennessee down the road, and Kentucky and Tennessee again, and Auburn again, play Arkansas, what are you gonna do? Gotta play good defense, gotta play good inside the paint. Can Alabama pull something off? They need a good resume that they can build, and then you'll get to the SEC tournament. Once you get to the SEC tournament, you gotta win that. At least be a runner-up, I think. And you might have a case. We'll get some SEC teams in March Madness. I hope Alabama isn't the number 1 overall seed again, but I also hope they're not at the bottom. I think they gotta try to shoot for, like, I'd say 5 to 9 seed. I say that because you don't wanna be too high to where you get your hopes up and then a Cinderella team comes and knocks you on your tail. But you don't wanna be at the bottom either because they never make it far. We had a 16 seed last year, and who was it? Fairleigh Dickinson, I think was the school, and they made a run. But you never see that. It's a rarity. I doubt it could happen the following year after it happened last year. Point being is this, that Alabama's in a good position, but they gotta get it together, and they gotta get it together now, and I think that they can. I think it is a young team, but you got some experience, and you gotta give them props for that. What Nate Oates has done this year, I think is very, very good. I really don't have much complaints. I love Mark Sears. Aaron Estrada's new to the group a little bit, at least playing this year. Grant Nelson's come in the clutch, playing good defense, really tall, almost a disadvantage to other teams. It is really, really good. But can they pull it together and make something happen when it's crunch time in March? I think that they could. I just don't know if they will. So, want to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching this back. If you did, comment down below what you think about the Crimson Tide this year. Who's your basketball team? Why are they your basketball team? And how far can they make it? Appreciate everyone in the live chat tonight. just wanted to come on here real quick and air some stuff out. As far as men's basketball goes, Goose Sports, Ghost of Rubber Nose, Atypical Gump, Octavian. Appreciate you guys showing up in the chat. It's going to be really good. It's going to be a good season. We'll get back to all of it. And yeah, I told you big things coming in 2024. I can't do it every day, but we'll even pick up on baseball soon too. I hope. And so I love you guys. God bless. Have a good night. Happy New Year to everybody. And we'll see well, we're gonna try to go live for some high school basketball tomorrow night. And then we'll try to go live for the game on Saturday that Alabama has um, in men's basketball. We're gonna get some streams out this weekend, so we'll play it by ear, and yeah, we'll just kind of roll with it. And we'll definitely be live on Monday for Michigan and Washington in the national championship. Have a good night. God bless. Love you guys. And from an Alabama guy, Roll Tide. Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. Love y'all. Peace.